And now, hailing from southern Alberta, Canada, weighing in at more than he cares to admit, your pilot, your captain, Mr. Elron Spiel.
Well, hello, shippers of the Mother. Once again, we have a rather bizarre opening video. And again, I tested it before, so there's something going on when I go live. Something weird is going on when I go live, I think, with my link to that video, something along those lines. Anyways, welcome aboard the Mothership, everybody. Good to have you here for a Wednesday. Sorry about missing on Monday. Things were up. I just wasn't up to the stream. And so I canceled. So here we are for Wednesday. We have, of course, Launchpad and set roll action coming up later on, not necessarily in that order. But you know what I mean. I've got Battle Royale action happening at this exact moment, right here, and we're gonna have a couple of UOS games popping up here in a couple of seconds. They are PLO booty games that are oddly called a title fight because, like, I don't know, that's weird. Oh man, did I ever fucking walk away from the bus on that one, eh? Holy shit. Holy shit, everybody. We sidestepped a bus on that fucker. I was going to say, what the hell am I doing folding ace with a good kicker on this board? But that's a good thing I didn't fold the ace with a good kicker on that board because we were fucking crushed. Yeah, so a couple of PLO UOS games coming up, which are, as I said, oddly named the title fight, as the title fight would seem to have nothing to do with. It is at least normally PKO, so at least that part of it matches, but the PLO aspect is a bit weird. Anyways, we'll be playing the 10 and the €2 version, medium and low versions of that one coming up. At the moment, that's all I've got registered and scheduled, because, of course, we have set roll action popping up at the top of the next hour, so that will fill my table grid. Plus, the next UOS event is not a booty, so I don't have to get into it right away. So if I don't have an empty table slot at that point, I can always late reg those ones as they come along. Anyway, so yeah, we'll have UOS action popping up on the screen here shortly. I guess I should probably get the my bankroll is sorted for today so far. That's at least good, but. Titles, of course, as you can see, are horribly wrong. Right, we have UOS action, everybody. So this is the 10 euro table, which will be that one. And this is the 2 euro table, which is that one. So good luck, everybody, if you're in this game. Oh, let's do some titles, shall we? So we have got Central and Launchpad. Let's start with those. Four-card fun, everybody. Four-card fun on the agenda today. So far, the PLO game is my best result in this UOS. 10th place in that one. So, maybe I am a PLO player. I don't know. I don't think I really am, but maybe in fact I am a PLO player. 7, 8, 9, of course, very nice here. We are, of course, bedoogied, but what are you going to do? But this is why you call with hands like 7, 8, 9. We have got a straight draw here. Got shot, but nonetheless, now we also have trips. So I think we're going to start betting here and try to build some a pot up here to go. Our trips are pretty good usually here, I would guess. We're trips with an ace high. There could obviously be boats here. But we did just hit the straight, so we're still behind boats, but we're still in reasonably good shape, I would guess, against most hands here. Nothing doing so far in the medium game, but this hand could turn into something, as we're going to at least see a flop here. Pair of tens, not much else going on with that, but it's pretty dry board, even for a PLO game. Half pot bet on that with a raise. I guess our 10 is no good. Don't really have any other draws or anything going on here. There aren't really many draws, although people could have the draws. Well, I guess, yeah, I guess there are 2 straight draws potentially for 3 straights. All right, we're out. Or even 4 straights, I guess, like gut shots. It's like a bunch in the 7, 8, 9 range, and there's a bunch in the 4, 5 range, right? 4, 5 range, a lot of them are even open-ended, so yeah, I think my 10 is probably pretty bad there. If those hearts were nutted, I'd be involved here, but they aren't nutted, so it's not really worth the money, I don't think. Right, I was working on titles, wasn't I? I got distracted there for a second. So, right, we've got the launch pad and stuff in there. We've got the 1750 UOS 52. Happy Ray, ahoy, my friend. How you doing? Welcome, welcome aboard the mothership. Always lovely to have you here, my friend. See what the flop brings here. Second pair. Few straighty-ish things going on, but not much going on there. Not much else going on either. All right, we do have some titles happening here. Sorry, just doing a little bit of work clear up there. Kenneth Allen, good to see you as well. Sorry I missed your initial entry. I was off doing things. I didn't have the stream screen up and showing, but lovely to have you here, buddy. Oh, this is a nice looking hand. I think we're going to put in a raise here for the first time in this 10 euro PLO game. So yeah, I find it rather fascinating that my best result so far this UOS has been in a PLO game. 10 euro one, no less. The client trolled me this morning. I logged into the client and it came up and it said, you are in 99th place in the low leaderboard. I'm like, you don't need to tell me that I'm in 99th place in anything, frankly. Top 50 maybe, top 25. Okay, you can pop up on my map, but you're just fucking trolling me when you come in with your 99th in the low leaderboard. You're just fucking trolling me at that point. It's it's not it's not appropriate, man. It's not fucking appropriate. Well, I think this is a pretty decent hand to start with. Question is, do I want to play it hyper aggressively? I think we're going to pot this. We do have one suit. Be better if we had two suits, obviously, but I think, flopping top set. Pretty straighty board. Didn't I once joke that flopping the nut straight is the worst thing that can happen to you? No, I lied. Flopping the top set is the worst thing that can happen to you in PLO, everybody. I think I'm just going to go crazy with this because at the moment they're still drawing. I think there's 8-9 is out there, I suppose, but even if 8-9 is out there, we always had the pair along with us. So, and I think we're just going to keep potting it. Pot it like you got it is especially appropriate when you do in fact have it, which we sort of did there. I don't actually think we had it there, but we definitely had pieces of it at least, right? Pretty decent couple of days on 888s. Last couple of days, I won a 50-cent game 2 nights ago, and I bubbled final table of the $1 KO last night. So pretty decent. I've added 16, 17 bucks to my bankroll in the last couple of days over there, which is pretty nice. Things on Unibet haven't been going so great. Sunday was actually really brutal. One of the reasons I didn't stream on Monday, I'm pretty sure, is because Sunday was pretty brutal. Pretty brutal day for me. I bubbled or near bubbled like 3 different UOS events that day after having big stacks in the early running and through the midsection in a couple of cases. And yeah, it was really not a great result for me. And it affected me emotionally more than it usually has lately. Wasn't nearly as bad as it has been in the past by any stretch of the imagination, but it was definitely like bubbling like that was definitely emotionally difficult. So I wasn't really feeling like being on stream on Monday. I still played a little bit. I didn't even play a ton, but I still played a little bit. Didn't really feel like being on stream though, so I think that's the main reason why I didn't do the stream. It happens, and I've actually been bubbling and near bubbling and min cashing a lot of the OS events on this one, and it's kind of frustrating because in many cases I have been building big stacks, even through the mid stages, and then just through. I mean, in some cases they're probably loose calls, but in other cases they're just fucking stupid spots where somebody gets there with a crazy hand that shouldn't really even be calling me when the money goes in. Had a few of those. In the last couple of days. But I'm trying to look at it as from the perspective that actually means that I'm probably at least doing something right by building the big stacks in the first place, and I should just keep going, and eventually it's gonna turn around, and I'm gonna have a situation where I win those hands instead of the other players running out on me. Or even just a case where I finally start winning more than my share of flips. It would be nice again. But yeah, I won't lie. It was nice to. It was definitely nice to win another tournament outright. It's been a while since I've won anything. Actually, won anything first place. So even the 50 cent, like for $12 over on 8 was nice to win the other night. Felt good. Now, just to finally fucking book a UOS title, right? Doesn't look so bad over there on my lifetime bankroll graph, but I was joking in the beats channel of our Discord server that could run a fucking World Cup downhill race on my bankroll graph lately. Holy fuck! Look at that over there on the right. That shit is steep. Shit is steep. It'd be put Kitzbühel to shame. Make Kitzbühel look like a fucking children's track, man. Kiddie track over there. I don't know if you guys follow racing or not. I actually haven't even followed it in a while, so I don't even know if they still race at Kitzbühel or if the track has been modified or whatever. But back in the day, like in the 70s and the 80s, when I was really following the sport, Kitzbühel was like the hardest track, the steepest track in the on the whole circuit, and pretty sure there was injuries there every season that they ran the race. Certainly crashes there every season when they ran the race, because not only was it ridiculously steep, but it was also happened to be in a spot on the mountain where it was basically icy all the time as well. So it's like this fucking mountain cliff on sheer ice that they're racing down. So it was a pretty nasty course by all accounts. So this is happening over in the Battle Royale, and yeah, I guess we're just calling it off to 10 Jack here, right? Losing all of our money to 10 Jack. Nice one. Alrighty, so that's a booty for me. First blood in the 188 for the L-Star. First blood here in the Battle Royale. That's nice to see. Equals 1.88. That wasn't even a min booty. That was more than a min booty. I didn't even realize that. Didn't look at the size of the booty when I called off there. I was more looking at my hand. Don't like all those blue cards out there when I've got all the green in my hand. That is not pleasant at all. So I can't imagine my 8 is very good here. Well, he's not good enough for value anyways. We might have a little bit of showdown value, but only if it checks. Yeah, I mean, we've got showdown value when it checks all the way through this board. But there's always a diamond out there, right? In one of these hands, there's always a fucking diamond. So we're never winning. Holy shit! Holy shit! There's no diamond in that fucking group of 4 hands. That is absurd. Crazy, man. 8 cards, not a single diamond. Although by the betting patterns, that was relatively apparent. But I thought there'd be a small, like a 5 or a 6 or a 7 or something out there that nobody wanted to really try to put value on or turn into a bluff. So yeah, I'll have to look if they still race at Kitzbühel or not, and if it's still like a Widowmaker kind of course. So it certainly used to be back in the day. I think there's a couple of Canadians at least that did their knees in at Kitzbühel. So bare aces with no suit, not a great hand in Omaha, really. People come over from Hold'em, look at something like this, and go, "Ooh, I got aces. That's cool. I got aces in a suit. That's cool." You don't have a nut suit, and your aces are bare, meaning they don't connect with any of your suits. So you're basically looking for the ace of diamonds to come on board here. Like, that's the only way this hand has any value, is if the ace of diamonds hits on the flop. I don't even know if it's worth me calling here to see a flop, honestly. I guess we may as well. See, that's not a great flop for me. Even though I've flopped a diamond draw here, it's super easy for them to have a bigger diamond draw here. It's super easy for them to have the king or the ace with another diamond in their hand. They're it's far less likely in Hold'em because of the limited number of cards in the hand. But with 4 cards here, it's way more likely that they're going to have 2 diamonds as well. So unfortunately, what this means is it's just going to cost me money most likely in this spot. I mean, we could have the best one here for sure, but at this point, I'm not going anywhere, obviously. So, and they're certainly betting like they have it, which is not a good sign for us. But again, we can't really go anywhere, so we're kind of committed to calling check pot here, I think. Like I said, I think we're kind of committed to calling check call the pot bets here. I got the third nuts, which is not that strong in Omaha, but I don't think it's weak enough that I can fold here, or even that I should. Like I said, it's dead easy for them to have the bigger diamonds out there. Dead fucking easy for them to have the bigger diamonds. Omar, yo. I almost folded a fucking queen high flush there, everybody. because Omaha. I should have found a fucking. I should have been able to find a fucking fold with a queen high flush in an Omaha game when the betting was going like that. That was. They're either completely bluffing. It's either like squat and they've been on, or they're 100% on the nut diamond draw there. And they've sussed out that I'm on a lower diamond. So yeah, it's. So these are interesting sorts of hands. Yeah, I got too many clubs, but one of those clubs is the nut club, and it pairs with another ace. So it's not a terrible spot to be in, frankly. This is definitely an interesting PLO sort of hand because there's positives and negatives, obviously, about it. We just check for a showdown value here. I should probably raise those pre-flop more often, I guess, but. Aha! I might have too many tables at the top of the hour. I just remembered there's a game that I forgot that I regged in because I saw that there was a 10 by 50 euro ticket qualifier for Supermoon. So if you've got a 10 euro Supermoon qualifier or 10 euros in your account and you want to play for big Supermoon tickets, this is 10 by 50, which is fucking chunky. It's a decent. Like $500 in this prize pool guaranteed. So yeah, basically, is it going to get 50 players? Probably not. Might. We might end up with a big one, but it's probably going to have overlay, I would guess. That's why I jumped into it when I saw it. So what's everybody playing today? What do you got on the agenda? I assume Central later, but what else are you playing? You guys in the UOS? You playing the Plo? Plopico? PLOPKO. I think I have a rebuy in this game if I need it. Let me go have a quick look, actually. No, it's about lives. I have a couple of tickets on, so this is my only ticket for this Supermoon qualifier. Moisty, how you doing? Welcome aboard, and good luck to you as well. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. I almost said Saturday for some stupid reason. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. I have booked myself an eye appointment in early December. I am hoping that the problem I have noticed is a problem with my lens and not my right eye, which I think is probably the case. These are ridiculously old lenses. It's like I've been wearing them for like 7 years, so I'm shocked that defects like scratches and pits and things like that haven't already affected the vision worse than it has over 7 years, frankly. So I'm pretty sure that's what's happened here. I've got there's a spot in my right eye where shit doesn't look right. But I don't think I've ever heard of any eye problem that's described that way. But I can totally imagine how a crack or a pit in the lens might bend the light in such a way that it does this. So then again, my problem with my eyes is astigmatism, which is basically that my eyeballs are the wrong shape. And what that comes down to is it's essentially like all not smooth the way most people's surface is smooth. So the light goes in all sorts of ways. And the point of the lenses is to it makes my brain hurt when I think about it. But I guess what they have to be doing is they're unfocusing the light so that in a way that matches the way my eyes, so that my eyes will refocus it. Because so yeah, it's very strange. But yeah, it works. But so I guess it could be that it's just a more severe version of that going on in my eye. But I don't know. We'll see when I get. So I think it's like December 5th when I get back from Edmonton. I was hoping to get it before I went, but that was the earliest. Well, no, the earliest I could get was while I was in Edmonton. But so I booked it for a couple of days. I drive back on the Tuesday, and my appointment's on the Thursday of that same week. So I'm leaving next week, by the way. I'll be in Edmonton or on the road. I'm probably in Edmonton because I think I'm leaving a day early. I think I'm going next Tuesday. So I'll be in Edmonton at this time next week. So you won't. There won't be a Wednesday stream next week for sure. But I should be doing the Monday stream if all works out. Yeah. It's Omaha's a weird one. Omaha's definitely a weird one. I don't know if you showed up in time to see the hand where I turned third nut diamonds and ended up losing a bunch of chips to the nut diamonds because Omaha. Damn, buddy. Well, good luck. I'm glad to hear you're back from the illness. I didn't realize you were ill. Glad to hear you're feeling better though. Hope all is well now. Yeah, I'm hoping it's not serious, but like it's not enough of a problem to actually seriously affect my Like I can actually still read. I sometimes have to turn my head a little bit to get the proper focus in. But like I'm sure it's the fact that these glasses are 7 years old and the lenses are been fucking through shit and back more than a dozen times, I'm sure. So, like I say, I'm kind of shocked that I haven't been forced to sort of go in and replace them before now, because yeah, I mean most other glasses I've had within 2 or 3 years, they're pitted and scratched enough that I just need new lenses. I can sometimes get the frames, keep the frames. I won't this time because these frames are more than these frames are these lenses were actually put into these frames. Were the second lenses in these frames, so these frames are probably 10 or 11 years old, and the lenses are at least 6 because I haven't been to see the eye doctor since I was working for Cubic, so I haven't got new frames or lenses since I was working for Cubic. But so yeah, I'm pretty convinced new glasses will sort me right out. The fuck did I miss on that board? Oh fuck! They turned the fucking deuce to 6 straight. Lovely. So you guys weren't watching the hand, so I won't bother to talk about it. But I am all in here. Ace King versus King Jack. Can we hold? Apparently not. Did not even. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Ace Deuce 3 4 5. I like it. The on the Omaha table, somebody sucked out with Deuce 3 4 5 6 against my pair of queens. But it looks like over here it was my suck. And we get another 188, a bounty. And we're doing okay in the Battle Royale so far. Not going to complain about that. Would be nice to go deep in this one with any luck. Maybe we'll be able to today. At first I thought the third diamond gave me a flush, and then I was like, no, I only have one diamond. How can I have a flush here? It took me a while to realize it was the wheel that we hit. Bear aces here again with the Badoogie hand. It's actually a really good Badoogie hand, with the exception that I'd have to throw away one of these aces, and that would make me sad. because it works for suit, but it doesn't, and I have to figure out whether I wanted to throw away a heart or a diamond. Um, but yeah, it's other than that, it's pretty sweet Badoogie hand. Good Badoogie hand to start with, anyways. And it makes you sad to throw away the ace, but I'm probably gonna anyways. Newt, 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 Newt. Oh yeah, no, I'm sure that's exactly what they're gonna. I'm sure that's exactly what they're gonna say. And especially at my age now, like I'm 57, so I'm sure since I was 50, I'm supposed to be getting them yearly. I think at this point, with my, especially with my particular issue. But yeah, it's kind of annoying in one sense because I am so I live in Canada, which of course you guys know that, but for anybody who might be new, lurking in the background or listening on VOD or whatever, um, I live in Canada and we supposedly have socialized medicine that actually works pretty well. Like if I have a heart attack, I'm going to get most of my care without ever getting a bill for it. Ironically, I might get a bill for the ambulance trip to the hospital when I collapse in the middle of Safeway and somebody calls an ambulance on me. Um, but I'm not going to get a bill for any of the care that I get at the hospital, for example, um, here in Canada. Um, however, apparently, being able to see is not considered part of healthcare in Canada because I have no coverage from Alberta Healthcare whatsoever for any of my eye exams or eyewear prosthetics, which I literally need to be able to function in the world. I'm sure I've gone into this before, but without my glasses on, I am walking around in an impressionist painting, basically at best. I see patches of color, and there's no way I couldn't drive. I could barely walk without bumping into things, most likely. Things like light poles are too narrow to often fit into all the patterns. So yeah, I would like walk into poles and shit like that. So yeah, no, I would not. I I hesitate to say that I would be functionally blind because there is a legal definition of functionally blind here in Canada, and I don't think I quite meet that definition without my lenses. But I'm pretty fucking close. 100%, it'd be completely legal for me to drive. Like if I was caught driving without my lenses, I'd be um, I don't know that I'd be put in jail, but I'd definitely get a massive fucking fine for it and demerits. I'd probably have my license taken away. It'd be considered that serious. Um, so from my perspective, I have a medical problem with my eyes that requires medical intervention to correct in order for me to not function as a disabled person in the world. Not that functioning as a disabled person is a problem, but it's like wheelchair users get help with their wheelchair expenses. Um, because they can't function properly in society unless they get their wheelchairs, right? Um, so what I'm getting at. This is a health device. It is something that I require to live a healthy life in the world. So I find it a bit ironic. Dental care is the same way in Canada. It's like yeah, if you got a problem in your mouth, you're gonna pay hundreds or thousands of dollars to get it dealt with. Um, Whereas again, like I say, if the problem's in my heart, I get to go to the hospital and get relatively free, essentially free care. Oh yeah, putting on glasses for the first time. Well, actually, let me. But yeah, first glasses are crazy. The it it's remarkable to me how much our brains do when it comes to perception. Because every single time I get a new pair of glasses, I've been wearing glasses since I was 7 years old, and I've never had a time in my life when I've been able to function without the lenses on my face. I got them at 7 because I was literally unable to function in school. I couldn't read the blackboard. I couldn't do any of that. I couldn't like read stuff. I was doing like this to read shit and so on. Um, so like this has been my life since I was well since I was born, and it's been corrected since I was 7, mostly corrected with lenses since I was 7. But literally every single time I've gotten a new pair of glasses with a new prescription in them. Um, it is ultimately a much better view on the world for me. But every time there's a 2 or 3 day period where I initially put the glasses on for the first time, and I'm like, holy fuck, the fishbowl effect is crazy. Like it's all fucking twisted around here in the glasses, and it's all like it's like I got a fishbowl over my head, and I'm looking at the world through a fishbowl, or on the reflection of a fishbowl even. Um, Within 48 to 72 hours, my brain has 100% corrected all of that distortion, and I see a completely normal peripheral view. It is the most bizarre. I have no idea how it happens. It's not something that happens consciously. Like the first few times I put glasses on, I was like, I'm sure this can't be right. Like it's like really weird over here. And the optometrist is like, no, just give it time, give it a couple of days. And sure enough, it's like the ability of like it makes me wonder how much else the brain is correcting for. And I put that in quotes because it's super easy for me to imagine scenarios where the brain does shit like this but gets it wrong. Um, and we don't even necessarily know that it's getting it wrong, right? So yeah, it's super fascinating. Um, but no, 100%. I think that my glasses are a necessary medical device. My teeth are a necessary part of my health. Why the fuck does my universal health care not cover either of those parts of my very important parts of my health? Is my long-winded question here that I was trying to eventually get at. So I hope you eventually got that. Hope you eventually got that point with me. I am about to put the password in the chat, everybody. So good luck in the central. And yes, I am unborking the jukebox as we speak. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead for that one as well. There we go. Tracy Chapman, baby, I can hold you. That sounds like a better way to start. Well, that was a That was a sneeze and a half. All right, you guys have passwords in chat, everybody. Yeah, no, that totally makes sense, Diptez, and I would love to be able to exist in the world without glasses. I've tried contacts a couple of times. Um, they aren't great at, even with today's technology, they aren't great at correcting astigmatisms. Completely not nearly as good as lenses are. Just because of the nature of what an astigmatism is and what contact lenses are by laying flat against your cornea. Um, it's just not possible without something like laser surgery, um, which I have actually considered, but I'm kind of scared because there's a non-0% chance that you go blind when you do that when that goes wrong. Um, and yeah, it's not great. All right, we are dead to the. We are dead in the in this game. We're not going to rebuy in that one. Got it in with flush against Gary. Booted up with kings, so we're you know Omaha. What are you going to do? All right, gonna head off to the break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. This opens up a free table for me, anyways. So I'll see you guys back shortly. We are back, everybody. 21 of 91 in the Battle Royale with a couple of booties under our belt. So we're doing okay here. Not doing okay, not doing so good in the 10 euro UOS game. So we are probably going to have an open space for the one of the two games that starts at 12:05. But of course, the current open space in table 3 is going to be filled up by our friend the cent roll, which will be popping up in just a few minutes. And if you're looking for how to get into that, hit the pass command in the chat, and it will tell you what passwords you need to enter that cent roll. And you too can be winning one of the 6 Stratosphere tickets that are up top in that game. Today, and you could find yourself in the 275 euro stratosphere on Saturday, playing for more than 100 euros potentially. That's what they were playing for last Saturday. Wasn't a record prize pool, but there was more than 100 euros to win, so that's pretty cool, right? For a 5 euro game. Amelia, there you go. Password is in. And indeed, Moisty, being a poker player definitely gives you a healthy respect for non-zero probabilities. Like 2%, you say? 2%, you say? The number of times I've been all in and 2% has gotten there. I don't, I'm not sure I want. I'm not sure I want to run that odds when I lose the pot, it's fucking going blind. Thank you very much. Um, So yeah, there's definitely part of that when I look at the laser surgery. Um, Again, it's also because of my stigmatism and the severity of it. I've also heard that the correction isn't 100% either all the time. So that's the other thing I'm thinking about. If I'm going to go through all that trouble, um, and then not even get my eyes completely corrected and still have to wear some form of glasses, what's the fucking point, right? At this point in time, I can still get lenses that basically 100% correct my vision and give me 20/20 vision, um, which is pretty remarkable when I think about it, frankly, given what I see when I don't have my lenses on. And I think as long as that's the case, it just doesn't make sense for me to do the laser surgery until it's at a point where, or any sort of like surgical correction or anything, until it's at a point where, yeah, okay, you're never going to go blind from this. Okay, it doesn't have to be non-zero because non-zero is very difficult in the real world. But fractions of a percent would be nice. Frankly, I don't want whole numbers of percentages when the end result is me going blind. Thank you very much. Right, we have cent roll action happening here. I'll quit yakking about my eyes for a short period of time at least, and we'll go over to cent roll action. Good luck, everybody, in getting your Stratosphere ticket. The cent roll password is Opiuchi. And yeah, I'm kind of envious of your pricing that you're talking about there, Diptez. Although there's an exchange rate difference, because you work and live in euros and I work and live in Canadian dollars, I think we just for our lives here and there, I think we just compare 1-to-1, right? Just for the eye exam, when I get back from Edmonton, going to be $170, 170 Canadian dollars. And after that, I'm going to be looking at most likely $500 for lenses and frames. at the very least. And I think that's probably going to be true even if I go to a discount online place. I do want to grab my, I actually do have to call them back. Actually, I want to grab my current prescription from them and just run my current prescription through one of the online things and see what it comes back with for a price on that. But I'm also very particular about the frames that I get, so it matters to me that I've actually tried on frames and stuff like that. So I don't actually think buying them online is ever really going to be something that I'm comfortable with, frankly. Um, and I'm sure this place is going to be a minimum of 500, probably 6 or 700, because it's not something that I skimp on. Um, I I use my eyes pretty frequently in my life, frankly, and I need to. That's a nice flop for me. So it's one of the things that I don't skimp on. I don't necessarily buy the most expensive frames and lenses I can, but I'm not gonna cheap out on it. I'm gonna try to see if they want to bet into me. Ah, that's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Get the check raise in there. So I usually get things like anti-glare. I'll almost certainly either get sunglass clip add-ons, or I will get a second pair with tinted lenses, because of course I can't just buy sunglasses off the shelf. Other than the really horrible looking generic clip-on ones. There are some really nice looking clip-on ads that come with prescription lenses sometimes, um, that look pretty good. But I actually generally like having a separate pair of sunglasses. Um, Generally, the lenses are a little cheaper in those as well because although I get tinting on them, which I don't get on the other lenses, I generally don't get progressives in my sunglasses because I'm not reading, I'm they're for me to drive, so they're my medium and long distance lenses. So they're a little bit less costly to make, generally speaking. Right. This is probably where we make our stand in the. This is probably where we make our stand in the PLO game. Tens against tens. We do have better drawing. Well, we did have better drawing. We are done. GG Ellie in the PLO. So yeah, what I was saying before about maybe I know how to play PLO, maybe not so much either. We'll see. That does open up a empty table slot though, and I'm going to jump into the 6 max midweek mega stack. The question is which one I'm going to jump into. Oh no, this is I'm only jumping into one because it's a €5 and a €25 for the medium, and we don't play the €25. Thank God for a bankroll. Jesus, how fucking steep would that slope be if we were playing €25? Oh my God. When I started this increased bankroll run, I actually had the bankroll to potentially play €25 games. I was at like 2,800, and on my 100X, that is just barely enough to play €25 games. I'm glad I decided I didn't feel comfortable playing them. You guys have probably noticed my need for glasses recently, you've probably noticed me leaning up to the screen on some occasions to see things and leaning forwards quite a bit to read things. And I've been noticing as well that it's harder and harder to do things. Like I should have done this years ago. And when the optometrist tells me that, she will be 100% correct in chastising me for not doing this earlier. As will my regular doctor be when I finally book my fucking physical appointment that I should have booked years ago. You know, they'll both be 100% correct in chastising me for waiting as long as I fucking have. As will the dental people when I finally figure out the funds to get the dental work I need to get done. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the last time I looked at frames, even the generic non-branded stuff, I was not finding anything for less than $100 that I'd be caught dead in. So, you know, and again, they're literally a part of my face, right? They're literally a part of my being, and I can't function in the world without them. So I don't skimp, and I'm willing to pay a little. I'm willing to pay a little bit extra for something that I think matches my face and my face shape and all that. So I do spend a reasonable amount of time picking up frames and making decisions on colors and things like that, because you know I'm going to have them for 2 or 3 years, and they are an integral part of my face. Like they are part of what everybody sees when they see me. So, you know, it needs to be right. I need to feel right in them, right? Yeah, anti-scratch for sure. I usually get the anti-scratch and anti-glare coatings on mine. Um, like I say, there'll be tinting on one pair most likely. As well, I'll typically get 2 pairs. Now, generally speaking, they give me a deal on 2 pairs. Um, and like I say, the second set of lenses are a little bit cheaper because we don't do the full progressive on them. Um, and I can never read with them. Like reading anything, like reading a book or something in my sunglasses is never gonna fucking happen. So I'm not reading books on the beach very often anymore. But that's fine. In a hand with Ray here on the cent roll table. I guess you could take this one, right? I just lost a race in the Battle Royale. Going for a booty, though. Well, got a chance to double here because I'm going to guess my money goes in on a 3-bet shove if anybody opens. There we go. That is our 3-bet shove spot right there, I think. So, GLE. Oh, we've even got this booty. Holy shit, that's sweet. That is sweet. I didn't expect to have a booty in this hand. I was just expecting a double. Oh, yeah, sure, we run into aces. No spades for the LE. Oh, but the straight will work. The fucking straight will work. I will take that shit. 188. A booty again for the Ulster. I'm racking up the 188s pretty hard today. I am racking up the 188s pretty hard today. And still live. We are running pretty hot here in this one, I have to say. That was It was pretty filthy that we just it was a pretty filthy run out we just got there for our Broadway straight when we were in pretty fucking rough shape, frankly. Pre-flop against the aces. Yep, exactly. You already know it's coming. You already know it's coming. Poker, my friend, poker. We've already paid back our buy-in with 3 188 booties in the Battle Royale here, so we're in profit on this end of the scale anyways, and we're closing in on the money here. I guess registration will be closed already. Indeed, registration closed. Broke the guarantee, 1,049.75 in this one, so it didn't break it by a huge amount, but it did break it. And there are 26 places paid. We are currently 18th, so in a pretty decent spot to pick up one of the prizes now as well. As I said, we're already profiting on the booties alone. So that's pretty cool. Well, that's pretty cool, I have to tell you. Launchpad seems to be going reasonably well as well. Move Farino, how you doing, buddy? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have nines full unless they've got 4 nines, which, you know, Lucky Duck probably does, but that's cool. We've all got nines full. That works. You've got nines full. You've all got nines full. How's the movers doing? Joints must be rolled, everybody. Joints must be rolled. Ooh. Ooh. We might have to be ground. No, I think we've got enough for one final joint in here. One final joint. So that Supermoon qualifier did end up with only 10 tickets and a reasonable amount of overlay in the game. Looks like 42 entries, which is going to be a pretty significant overlay by more than 15 entries. I am 5th currently, and there are 27 players left in, so we're 17 away from the tickets. I might move over to that satellite game when we get close to the ticket zone, as I think until then it's going to be pretty boring poker for the most part. Skinny, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Welcome aboard the mothership. Indeed, Chaos, you can get the password. It is Opiuchi right there on your screen, my friend. Nightbot has you covered. Botron has you covered. All the bots have you covered for the password today. Jump into that Sentinel game. You too could be playing 275 Euro Stratosphere on Saturday. Winner walked away with more than $100 last weekend, and that doesn't happen infrequently, in fact. Which is a super complicated way of saying it happens relatively frequently. Of course, you'll have one more shot today at Stratosphere tickets in the Launchpad coming up at the top of the next hour. We'll be releasing the password for that shortly. 20 or 25 minutes, something like that. You will be able to get yourself into that game. So if you're looking for access to the Launchpad, chill for a bit, and we'll get that to you shortly. Well, this is a pretty decent flop for my hand, I have to say. We checked to the pre-flop aggressor here in this case, but I am pretty sure I am not leaving this hand anywhere at this point. And in fact, we are going to start putting in some money to try to clear some of the chaff out of the way here, because I don't necessarily need to see this river three ways. I mean, I don't really need to see the river, frankly. We could just take it down here. That would be cool, but I guess that's not going to happen. We are going to see this river three ways. I don't mind seeing that river three ways. If I was going to see a river, That is a river I don't mind seeing. Although what it does mean is it's just going to lose me a bunch of money if they've got the boat. Really, dude? Really, dude? You trying to tell me you've got a boat here? You trying to tell me you've got a boat here? What do you got, A6? You got A6 for the fucking dirty boat here, buddy? We're going booty hunting. We're hunting the booty. Ooh, not in great shape for the booty. Oh, we are now though. We aren't anymore. That's a fun little equity graph we got going there. What are you gonna do? I don't think it was the worst spot to go looking for a booty with a suited ace there that can connect to Broadway type spots. Um, we might have blown our chances to cash, but that's not even guaranteed by any stretch. We're outside the money zone now, but all we have to do is pick up another pot or two and we're right back in there, so not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Oh, damn, I didn't realize Biscuit was running today. I didn't even look at... of course, it's Wednesday. I should have recognized. I should have realized that. Ant-Man, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you here. Relatively early on the Ants schedule for an arrival. So good to have you here so early, my friend. Gonna jump in the launch pad, try to win yourself a Stratosphere ticket. I guess my titles are a little fucked up. I will correct the title shortly. could be an interesting hand. It was bet on the check called on the flop. We're going to check call again here with top pair and the straight draws. Oh, shit, you guys aren't even seeing this. I guess I need to put the right table up, don't I? That's okay. It was a shitty hand anyways. Check called with a top pair and a straight draw against somebody betting ace high until the ace on the river. When I check called again, and they beat me, of course, because it was bigger than my top pair. Sorry, I'm a little got lots of action going here all of a sudden. Seems like I'm having a little trouble keeping up, even though I've only got 4 tables going. We're still alive and kicking in the Battle Royale, outside of the money spots, but I'm not too concerned about that for now. I'm all in down here in the Supermoon qualifier. Will very likely be the last action I take part in that game. I would guess we I would guess we get to the tickets relatively soon. Yeah, if my memory is correct, if the Talking Heads were one of the first bands to sort of do, well, I guess not first, but yeah, they were like among the innovators of like movie making around their albums, and it's not really videos because videos hadn't really been done yet, but of course they were pretty big in the early MTV years as well with their. So yeah, I mean, I think they were really big in the kind of beginning of adding video to music. GLE blind on blind. They should never be calling without a massive hand. That's probably not massive enough for them to be wanting to call there, but maybe it is for my booty. Maybe it is for my booty. I will take the double up nonetheless. That should happily put me back into the money zone. Wow, didn't even put me into the money zone. I'm still only in 27th. Crazy. 18 away from the money now, though, so we're closing in. Although I think we were 19 when I last looked at this like 5 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago. So not closing in that fast, frankly. Hmm. It's fucking juicy with all that booty out there, but yeah, I think that's probably ICM suicide at this stage. Like booty-wise, it's fucking juicy as hell. And that might have made it worthwhile. But fives, we're in pretty rough shape usually with fives in a spot like that, right? It's pretty hard for fives to hold. I think I'm committed with tens and up. I'm probably having some tough choices with nines or eights, but yeah, I think fives are pretty easy to get rid of there. Flop and flush draws here in the UOS game. Turning flushes in this UOS game. Sure would be nice if they have the king. Sure would be nice if they have the king here. .41 players left in the Battle Royale now, 15 away from the money. 17 left in the Supermoon. So 7 away from the tickets. I am actually going to need to play a bit more than I thought I would have to. It's taking longer than I expected to get there. Set roll, shovey shove. We just got beat by a worse ace, which is why you don't want to have to get into situations where you shove like that. In satellites. Oh, that is disgusting. We are out of the set roll. Bye-bye, Ellie. GL, everybody else in the set roll. GL, everybody else in the set roll. That does open up a hole for me to slide the launch pad into in 20 minutes or so, which leads me to remember that I'm gonna have to think about getting you guys a password in 5 or 10 minutes or so. Indeed, I did head down exactly the same wrong track as you did, apparently, Ant-Man. I was driving the same roads as you, my friend. Not a surprise. I mean, we're both We're both we both lived through the talking heads, right? So whereas I think for Moofy, the talking heads are probably just some band that existed in the past. Don't think I ever saw them live. Pretty sure I never saw them live, but I definitely listened to a lot of their music. Up 27 to 40 now in the Battle Royale. 26 paid, so we're 14 from the money. Out of flop, a shitty straight draw. It was bricky as shit. Oh, so I finished season 1 of For All Mankind. Uh, I really enjoyed the show. It 100% is not a world I'd want to live in, frankly. There's a few interesting twists that the alternate history has taken over the course of the first season. Um, that might not even have been conscious choices by the writers, even, and which might not even be noticed by everybody, but which I thought were kind of interesting. Um, I won't go into details because it's a little spoilery, like not hugely spoilery because it's not the one, especially the one I'm directly thinking of, is not directly related to the whole space travel plot. But even that, like, so it's interesting that the end of season 1 is something like 1974, if my memory is correct, 75, 76 maybe, 74, 75, something like that. Um, and they've just done Apollo 25, I think, is the mission that they ended the season on. Again, no details, but lots of drama, lots of fun, lots of, excitement, lots of people die, people get in trouble, people get saved, all sorts of, exciting space stuff happens. And it's very cool to see the Apollo program continue, and it's very cool to see the development of the space race. And they've got a moon base. That's not too spoilery, I don't think. They've got a moon base by the time the season ends. All that sort of jazz. Um, but the one thing that I note that's very interesting, and I made the point about saying season 1 ends in like 74, 75, because um, something happened in the real world around that same time in 74, 75. And what that was, and when I say the real world, I mean our timeline. What that was the Soyuz Apollo link-up mission, where the two capsules linked up in orbit, and the crew spent a couple of days hanging out together in the two linked up capsules, chatting, exchanging scientific information, all that sort of jazz, exploring each other's spaceships, yada yada yada. Um, there is no hint of any mission like that happening uh, in the um, in the world of For All Mankind. Um, and while that sort of joint mission between the Soviets and the Americans didn't actually really come to anything after that, the sort of détente that was happening kind of fizzled out, and they went back to hating each other again pretty quick. Um, that was a very powerful moment at the time that it happened, or it seemed to be to me, anyways. I was like a 7, 8 year old kid. It was kind of my introduction to the whole space thing. That was the one. That was the one of the missions I watched live. The one that I really remember the most. I don't think it was my first one, but I think it was. It's the one that I have the sort of clearest memory of, the largest part of. Um, and yeah, so it's very interesting that while we kind of nostalgize, we've got jukebox issues again, don't we? No, maybe not. Moofy, do we have jukebox issues again? I think we got jukebox issues again, Moofy. Nightbot seems to be running fine, but the jukebox doesn't seem to be loading. I've forgotten what I was talking about, actually. I've forgotten what point I was making, so there you go. I was going to go put in a Launchpad password too, actually. Oh, For All Mankind, right. So I don't know. There's a lot of fiction that has taken a very, I'd say, rosy view of what would have happened had the Apollo program continued. Um, and what they ignore is the geopolitical ramifications that would undoubtedly come from the program continuing in the form that it was scheduled to sort of continue. Um, and yeah, it's decidedly not really a rosy, lovely, happy retro alternate future kind of deal. Which I like very much because it's very there's lots of shit going on behind the sort of space stories about it. So yeah, very very much recommend. I've got season 2 queued up and ready to go, but I think I haven't got back to my Foundation series yet. Um, okay, Dips. Um, so I'm probably going to finish season 1 of Foundation before I crack into season 2 of For All Mankind. But definitely recommend. Season 1 was a lot of fun. Lots of interesting twists and turns. They do a great job of world building this kind of alternate reality. Um, and I like the sort of little tweaks that they've done to history to reflect the alternate timeline. I won't go into details. There's a couple of points that just get touched on in the background um, when you know real history are kind of fascinating, actually. Um, one of them, I don't, this isn't much of a spoiler, so I'll just go ahead. But one of them involving Teddy Kennedy. You might be able to guess what you might be able to guess part of what it's all about, what it involves. It would actually be very interesting to me, anyways. Probably to no one else in the world. It's such an it's such an interesting alternate history that they've developed in From Mankind. Um, that I'd be fascinated to see a show that backed away from the space side of the world and focused as, for example, a political drama like a West Wing in this world. Because it's a pretty different political structure by the time season one ends. It's not a different political structure. The players are in such radically different places that it would, I think, make for some fascinating stories, specifically from just the political side of things. Likewise, on the social side of things, there's a couple of specific storylines that they grabbed in season one that will and have had significant effects on the alternate version of American culture, um, which, again, would be fascinating to explore away from the NASA let's go land on the moon and fly space missions angle. As much as I love that angle, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's what got me into the show in the first place. But the rest of the world is so fascinating. The rest of that sort of alternate history backstory that they're developing is so fascinating now that I would just love to be able to go watch shows that delve into the other areas of that world. Um, so maybe that'll come later. But yeah, no, it's been very good. Right, well, it is break time, so I'm going to head off to the break, and I will see you guys back in a few moments. Right, I am back in front of your eyeballs, everybody, and in your ear holes. So, good to have you guys here. And yes, indeed, Jukebox does appear to be back now. So, thank you for nothing, Luffy. Since apparently you didn't fix it. It was already fixed on its own, but, you know, what are you going to do? We're 4 away from the 10 euros or the 50 euro Supermoon tickets. I am 7 of 14 right now with 10 paid. Meanwhile, as you can see here in the Battle Royale, we are, yeah, 5 away from the money. 3 outside the money spots. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. We'll see what we can do. We're already in the profit zone for this particular tournament, anyways, with just booties alone. So happy enough with that, but still, you know. Raising the button with my suited king here, flopping a top pair. Pretty happy with that. I just had to stop myself from shoving 6s on the button in the qualifier. They would have actually won, but I'm still happy I didn't do it. Ooh, I'm 11 of 12 now, so I may not actually be in a money spot anymore. Well, I'm not actually in a money spot anymore. I might should have gotten my 6s in there, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, now I got 3s. Now I got 3s. What the fuck do I do with these? Do I just open shove these? I think I have to. 11 of 12. Well, blinds are going to matter a lot. Yeah, you know what? I think we can hold this. I think we can hold out here. I think we can wait this one out. Might be a fatal decision for me, but so much can go wrong with 3s anyways, right? So, I don't know. Ten of 12 now, so just barely in the ticket spots, 2 away. And that changes as the blinds go through some of the other players. So, I mean, I think I'm in decent shape at this point. We'll see. We'll see. Meanwhile, I have to see what happens here. We've still got 10 bigs, but that's not going to be the case for long. Unless I manage to, well, it's not going to be the case for long regardless. I'm either going to acquire more chips or I'm going to lose some chips, one of the two. So I will not stay with 10 big blinds for long. In fact, we have 8 now. I think the ace-9 is probably a 3-bet shove here, right? If somebody 2x's it. Probably not a call-off if somebody shoves. Nine of 12 now. In the qualifier, oh, back to 10 of 12, never mind. Fair fight, I'm in pretty good shape. Yes. All right, that should put me into the money here in the Battle Royale today. See how far we can take that. To be fair, I should remember that this is an absurdly long bubble a lot of times as well. So I may yet still have work to do. We are bubbly here in the Battle Royale. Still 10 of 12 down in the €50 Supermoon qualifier. But we are among the shortest stacks in the game, and it is yeah, there's like we got 2.5 and the short stack is 2, so there's a lot of really short ones right now. Well, not a lot, but there's, you know, the 10th, 11th, and 12th, they're very close together down at the bottom. Just brought the other table up. There's a 2.21 big blind stack sitting out on the other table. That is going to be the big blind next. They're going to be all in before the end of the next orbit for sure. Because the blinds are going up in a minute and 40, which is going to mean they have even less than 2.2 big blinds. One of the shorties just doubled, but I'm still ahead of both of the other short ones. Oh, the other guy just got it all in though with the shorty sitting out. Fuck. That was not what I needed to see. The other shorty just doubled, so I'm gonna have to get my money in here, even though the other guy is gonna fucking blind out right away. That doesn't matter because we still 2 places to go. At least I've got ace king to get it in with. So yeah, this is gonna be where I have to get my money in. Sort of no matter what happens. I probably would have anyways, but no. I mean, in this stage, if I've got a chance of folding to the money, I'm probably choosing to fold to the money. Yeah, I don't have a choice. I do not have a choice. Fucking hell. Oh, that is fucking hilarious. That is fucking hilarious. Alrighty, well, GG Ellie. Fuck me sideways. Oh my god. Oh my god. G fucking G Ellie. Holy shit. Holy sh. How am I? Wait a second. Why am I not playing in the launch pad? Why is the launch pad not on my screen? Did it not start or something? Fuck, did I not register or something? Jesus, Ellie, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck, Ellie? I apparently did not register that this morning. I thought I registered both games today. Did I bust out and not realize? Nope. Just got into the game, so weird. So yeah, we're playing Launchpad, everybody. I guess you guys have been playing it for a while without me, for some weird reason. But yeah, we are playing Launchpad. So good luck getting yourself one of them their Stratosphere tickets. And of course, a piece of the prize pool. 22-28 up here in the Battle Royale, by the way. We are still in a good shape to get ourselves a piece of this prize pool, in addition to the $5 or so in booties we've taken so far. 564. 597 min cash at the moment. Two more players need to go before that min cash comes into play. Ken Slozer, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Good to see you again. Good luck in the launch pad, my friend. Final chance this week to score yourself a Stratosphere ticket. I have not scored one for myself yet, so I will definitely be going for it here in the launch pad. $27 remaining in the Battle Royale now, so we are right on the hard stone bubble. Come on, Jack. We want a Jack. We want a Jack. Chop pot's fine there. Did not want to see the shorty double, but not that they're particularly short, but still. $2.8 short stack, so they're going to have to do something soon to find chips, or they will no longer be in the game, and we will all be in the money. Well, I suppose I have to 3-bet shove my ace king here, right? ICM suicide or no. I guess I can flat it on the button and play in position. I don't think that's the best way of playing this, though, right? Gee, Ellie, let's not bubble this fucker. I am not unhappy with that result, frankly. Perfectly happy with the way that turned out. Totes haps. Totes haps with that one, everybody. Totes haps. Still alive, 20 to 27. Still bubbly. Gonna pop over to the EOS game here for a second because they've been very aggressive and we are check raising this flop. Quads will do. Quads will take it. I should have checked there, given the opponent I was up against. Although I suspect I checked that flop back after the previous hand, but who knows? Still bubbly over on the Battle Royale table. Remember when I said this is a ridiculously long bubble? Evidence here. Woohoo! We are in the money, everybody. So that guarantees me better than double my investment. Always a nice feeling. Let's see how much more we can get, though. Meanwhile, back at the launch pad. Oh, I should have a look at what UOS games are started at the top of the hour as well. 6 max turbo PKO. Bah, missed it, PKO. Yeah, it's too late to jump in now in a turbo for sure. I know it's a one and done in the launch pad on Wednesdays, but let's do this shit. Oh well. The spades were looking enticing there for just a second or two. So right, we're in the money in the Battle Royale. Nice to cash, but I've actually been cashing a reasonable amount over the last little while, but I've been min cashing, which is frustrating as hell. I know I say that getting up for the poker table with more than you sat down with is a good thing, and it is. I'm not complaining about winning money. But when you only min cash 1 or 2 games in a day and brick everything else, you're not actually standing up for the tables at the end of the day with more money than you sat down with, because your bricks are, your min cashes barely pay the bills for those tournaments. Never mind the other ones that you're in. So yeah. Be nice to have a bit of a deep-ish run here. I think we could do it, though. I don't really see any reason why not. We've done it before. Just got to find the right spots and the right hands and play them right. How hard can that be? How hard can that be, everybody? Come on. What do they say? It's the hardest way to make an easy living? 100% true that one is. More big hands on the launchy poo. Kind of a big one going on up here in the OS as well. Ooh, yeah, that's a nice flop for us. Probably, maybe, ish. That's like a massive donk. Oh, that's some pretty massive bricks we got going on the turn of the river there, everybody. Holy shit. Holy shit. Brickety brick fucking brick. Holy bricks, Bratman. Bratman? Bratman is entirely different character. .7 minutes left in Reg in the UOS game that I'm in, so going to be getting a final tally shortly. 35 players getting paid currently. Hasn't quite hit the guarantee, still 1250 in the prize pool. So this is probably where the shit goes in. Jillies, don't let me down. Don't let me down, Jilly. Come on, Jilly, don't let me down. Don't let me down. All right, Ray. I'm probably not going to be. I'm probably not going to be too far away from doing the same thing myself. So you have good luck in that biscuit booty game. I found myself a decent spot here. I like it. I like it, everybody. We are not going to get a booty, but we are going to put some chips in our stack and jump up the standings pretty dramatically. Pretty happy with that result, I have to say. 6th place now. 24 left in the money. Guaranteed 597. We got 87 bucks up top though, and that would be a nice little. Don't get me wrong, so I could do much at all to halt my bankroll slide, but it would feel nice to chalk up another win here on Unibet once again in the Battle Royale and get a second major, my second repeat title. No, not my second major, my fourth major. My second repeat major title, second time for the Battle Royale. And in fact, that'd be the first time I've won any tournament twice. Any major tournament twice. I've won regular ones multiple times before. I've won regular ones multiple times before, I should say. Jesus, trying to start my fucking house on fire. Maybe I should set a rule for myself. If I can no longer hold the joints, I'm not allowed to smoke them anymore. Three of 23 now here in this battle royale. Chances, I tell you. I tells you. Got chances. See if we can't turn those chances into realities. Well, gosh, if you're folding trips, Ellie, you're not going to get very far, are you? Jesus, buddy. What are you doing folding trips there? Still alive anyways, I guess, but sure, let's let the worst hand win. Why not, right? Why not? This is poker. This is poker. Letting the worst hand win is just part of the deal. Sorry, guys, we're going to get another version of the same song right after this one. Just because I love both versions of this song. Go back up to the Battle Royale, where I'm still in third at chip position. 22 players left now, so we're just a couple of players away from the first ladder up. It's going to be a pretty small ladder, I'm going to guess. Indeed, we go from 597 to 626. 627 for 17th and 16th, and then we go to 691 for 15th, 825 for 11th, and 1164 and up. Final table and up starts at 1164. Well, I guess I'm putting my money in the launch pad because I got aces and I got 5 big blinds, so. Poker, where the worst hand winning is a feature, not a bug, everybody. Shoving McShove once again on the launch pad. And Dunny McDunn on the launch pad. GG Ellie. Good luck everybody else in the game. I will see you, regardless, in the Stratosphere on Saturday, because I play that game whether I get a ticket or not. I hope you guys do too, but I certainly am in that game whether I get a ticket or not. Can't always get a ticket every week, so gonna have to pay for it sometime. Be a lot of Stratosphere I get to play for a couple of weeks, as I'll be away in Edmonton for the next 2 Saturdays after this coming one. But yeah, otherwise, it's going to be fun, I think. Maybe I'll win it this week. Maybe. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? Take the money and run to Edmonton. GLE, 7s over 3s. I'm pretty happy with that result, I have to say. No reason not to be. Still 22 left in the I guess I went to the wrong screen here for one of the launchpad hands. I think my first double. I'm supposed to be on the launchpad screen here, I think. Pro Strimmer here, everybody. Pro fucking Strimmer. It's almost unrecognizable how different this song is from the version a couple of songs ago. I adore both of them. Just gave away a few chips in the Battle Royale on a bit of a bluff. I think it was a good spot to bluff, but just didn't work. 10 of 22 now, though, so still doing okay. 26 big blinds now. Still 22 left, though, so we've stalled again in that one. Entries closed in the US game here. 35 places. 125 players left, so there is a ways to go. And we're going to need to do some work to get into those top places. But it can be done. It can be done. 269. Sorry, 263 up top for the win. $21 left now in the Battle Royale, so we're one off the first ladder up. I still have a top 10 stack, so doing okay for the time being. Closing in on our next break of the day. I might have to do a weed run tonight. Well, I'm probably good for today at least anyways. Yeah. We're down to 20 players left in the Battle Royale now. I still have a top 10 stack, though just barely at this stage. 10 of 20. Prizes are now up to 626 guaranteed. Next ladder at 15th place. Well, 15 players remaining. In the Battle Royale, that is. We don't have a ladder here for a long time. Down to 18 in the Battle Royale. In fact, let's head over there instead of me just yakking at you about it. This has been a kind of boring EOS game for the time being. This has turned out well for me. I came over here at a good time. I honestly did not plan this. I hadn't seen the flop before I came over here at all. All I knew was that I was in with a in-position call 3 ways to a flop with ace-jack suited. And a shot at least one booty, perhaps. That's why I didn't raise here. I want this guy to shove. Now I'm 100% raising any bet that they make. That'll put me back in the top 10. 8 of 18 now. Yeesh, king deuce suited, probably not strong enough to call off 8.5 bigs. Well, 7.5, but you know what I mean. It's suited, don't you know? It's suited. It's so pretty. All that blue. All that pretty blue. So they unveiled our first currency with King Charles on it today. Apparently, I saw on Shitter. It is gonna be weird, frankly. I have literally never known Canadian money that did not have the Queen on it. And a few times I saw old Canadian money from before the Queen. It always looked really weird to me, like totally foreign to me. In contrast to old Canadian bills between when I was born and when the Queen took power, which is like there's like 13 years there, where the Queen was in power before I was born, on the throne, I guess I should say. And the Canadian money that I see from that period looks dated, but it looks like Canadian money to me. The stuff I see from before that doesn't even look. It looks like foreign. Looks like some foreign currency. When I saw it, so it's a very weird mental reaction. Our brains are such fascinating, weird things. Little bits of gray matter that we don't understand, but which apparently control pretty much everything we do. Isn't that fun? Oh, wow. Do I go for the booty hunt here? That's a pretty big... guess I should decide before I time out, or at least hit my timer button. Yeah, I think it's probably bad ICM for me to get in there. I know I'm probably good, but then flops like this happen. Well, turns like that happen. I don't know. I'm probably too nitty there. That's probably too nitty of a fold. I'm 100% calling there all the time if Rob Skoy is not involved in the hand. But I just think it's too much of a risk stack wise for me when they're already there and I don't know what they're going to do. It would be great if today was a winner's day, Moofy. That would be awesome. That would be very awesome if today was a winner's day. I don't really want it to be a winter's day at all, but I wouldn't mind it to be a winter's day. That'd be cool. That would be cool. Excellent use of flute as well in this tune. Probably outside of Jethro Tull, one of the best uses in rock music of a flute, I believe. Of course, you have to always kind of preface that with other than Jethro Tull, because when you got a guy that does nothing but play the flute in rock music, you know. Right, it is break time, everybody. So you know what? I'm just gonna say goodbye and throw things over to the biscuit when I get back from the break. So yeah, thank you all for coming and hanging out with me today here on the Mothership. Good luck in your Launchpad game, getting yourself a Stratosphere ticket if you're still alive in it. And until Saturday, when I will be back for another edition to Launchpad, this is your captain, Elron. Out. Ooh, carrot and parsnip stir fry. For more vintage poker content from MotherShip Poker, click the subscribe button and check out the playlists for all of our old archived content, as well as the ads only cut from some of the early streams.